This is the journey to making a DIY snow globe that made William Osman say, That's fucking sick! And also, how you can build your own. This started almost a year ago when my friend Gino and I built a giant diorama of the venue for Open Sauce and then drove it down from Seattle. Cow Palace loved it, and so when the event was over, they offered to buy it. Then, as we were driving back, Will called us bastards for not giving him a chance to buy it. Honestly, the whole experience was great, and I already wanted to make something to say thanks. People loved our model, and the robot destroying the venue had become a pretty iconic image for the event. Why not make our small model smaller? Snow globes. They'd be fun little mementos, and theme-wise, I was pretty sure I could deliver them by Christmas. First, I'd design one, and then build copies and deliver those to a few people who'd helped make the experience great. What is a snow globe? In my mind, it's as simple as a base, a detailed centerpiece, a globe, and then whatever they're filled with. First, the part I couldn't make myself, globes. I had some plastic half ornaments, but I found some glass ones on Amazon that were just a better size and feel. I made the centerpieces in Blender by combining a bunch of the files we'd used to create the diorama and aligned that with a polycam scan of the layout. A couple of test prints showed me the level of detail that would actually come through. I fiddled with the base dimensions over a series of prints and eventually landed on this one. There's a lot of cutouts, and that's because one of the standout features of our diorama was the laser eyes. That means we're gonna need electronics. I tried a bunch of options to get the effect, but eventually landed on these surface mount LEDs. With some blue tack, I can still hand solder them to some thin enamel magnet wire, and then with some fiber optic filament from this toy I found on the ground, lasers. So to power those lasers, I cut out space for battery terminals, a switch, a resistor, and a little USB-C rechargeable CR2 battery. For the liquid, I just kind of jumped into it. I tried both mineral oil and water. The resin, unprotected, started to crack and dissolve in the water, and then the mineral oil seeped through everything, and it would just be a pain if it ever leaked. I decided that a coated resin print in water would be the best and least messy. That's all the parts. Now time to do it 8 more times. With the bases set, I printed a batch of the centerpieces, bases, and got to assembling. First, the bases all got their parts. All the LEDs were soldered, adhered in place, and the wire holes sealed with some transparent UV resin. I got the LEDs soldered to their bases, and then the top glued down with some E6000 and some more UV resin for extra support. The inner centerpieces were painted, first blocks of color with the airbrush, and then details with some tiny brushes, and then sometimes the needle end of this dental tool. I gave each one a black wash, and that really helped the details pop. Then I used this Mod Podge sealant to lock the details in place and protect it from the water. When all that was done, I used a syringe to squirt some Flex Seal into the cavity where the rim of the globe would go and press them in. I'd just gotten to painting a few of them when I had the opportunity to go to Sauceathon. I knew a couple of people would be there, so I rushed to finish at least 2 of them. A short flight, and I was in LA. The event was awesome, and Will took a sec away from building his bot to open the globe.
Gift? Is it a prank?
It's a gift. It is a gift.
It's fragile. You put your hand up.
Yes, it is. That's a good thing.
Did you make it?
Yeah. It's a very last time.
That's fucking sick!
See that? Can you put something in there?
Wow!
Then I gave the other one to Ian.
Holy shit. Wow, this is incredible.
I got back to helping my team, and somehow our little knife-wielding demon actually won. That is, if you don't count Will's own bot crushing everyone.
Red line? I'm the only one with the red line? Let's go! I beat my own challenge!
Back in Seattle, with 2 delivered, I got back to working on the remaining snow globes. At the sauceathon, I'd actually met Tommy, and he wanted to buy one of the snow globes, so I worked on getting his done first. Although, I just felt like the bare plastic was just missing some polish. I did have some old dried out pieces of wood veneer, and I tried using the Papercraft add-on in Blender, cleaned it up a bit in Illustrator, and used a borrowed Glowforge to cut it out. Some CA glue helped the old adhesive backing hold it in place, mineral oil for shine. Ooh. I finished Tommy's veneer and all, and sent it off. So why is it in my hand? Well, a few weeks later, there was a problem. He messaged me to tell me it was leaking. He sent it back, and to fix it, I flood-filled the electronics cavity with Flex Seal along with all the other snow globes. Then I could finally turn my attention back to the other snow globes. Just kidding, I signed up for a Secret Santa. I made a whole new snow globe for Unoptimal with his logo in 3D, with space for a blue LED in the monitor, and also tried fuzzy skin. Then I tried to stop glitter from sticking to the top of the dome, but I put chemicals in the water that turned the friggin' paint bubbly, and that was a bad time to experiment. Then the veneer peeled off some of the snow globes, the fix looked ugly, so I tried gold leaf. Then I tried a new mix for the liquid, vegetable glycerin, glitter density, bubbles. There were problems towards the end, but I fixed them. And now, if after all that, you still want to make your own, fair enough. There's a link below to printables where I put the Blender file, STLs for all the FDM parts, and templates for the veneer. Also, I'm trying out affiliate links, and all of the Amazon parts are listed below. Honestly, thank you to everyone who made OpenSauce such a great experience. And if you do end up making your own snow globe, bring it to OpenSauce 2025. I'm going, and I would love to see what you make.